Today's a very happy day on the Live It Up set because we're going to be talking about Stony Brook Children's Hospital and one of the wonderful programs that they have there. Welcome, Dr. Patty. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and who did you bring?
I brought with me Jocelyn Kwan, one of our community health workers in Keeping Families Healthy, and Giuseppina, who is our program supervisor who trains all of our community health workers.
Excellent. Welcome. How are you guys? You're doing well? So Keeping Families Healthy, what is this program about?
So the program really is a free program to help families learn how to follow the doctor's recommendations. The healthcare system is so complicated. It's harder than doing your taxes to get through it, right? So the idea behind this is to have people come to your house, like a good neighbor who knows what's going on, and help you figure out ways to follow the recommendations.
When my son Andrew was born, he was jaundiced and brought him home from the hospital, and they told me to put him in the window. Well, I did, but I didn't know that you were supposed to like just leave them in their diaper, right? So I did. I rolled him. He's getting sunshine on his face, but you know, so it's those little tiny things, you know, whether it's big or small, that you kind of need the follow through, because when you're a new parent, you really just don't know. You do the best. Yeah, I was writing down like every time I fed them, you know, every time that I changed the diaper, and you know, every time they sneeze. I was a little neurotic, but obviously they're okay now. They're 27, 24, and 12. I did an okay job. Thank you. So, and your experience, you're working directly with the families?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a community health worker, so I had the opportunity to work with the people, to serve the people in the community. So I had incredible histories with families that we accomplished. It's very rewarding. It's very rewarding for the community health workers. We bridge culture and language, you know, and we just become with a lot of outcomes to expand their possibilities and their health.
So tell me one success story, because I know that you have several, but I asked you if you could please tell me one happy story.
Yes, one story that we remember a lot is, for example, I created a color coding for illiterate families that they don't read, they don't really understand, they don't even speak the language. So they couldn't even go to the pharmacy and get their medications for their 3-4 years old. It's very sad. It's very, you know, and they desperate look for help, like they don't really know what to do. When they get to the pharmacy, they're like, I'm sorry, we don't really have any translation here. Like they couldn't ask to, for example, asthma medication, you know, the kids can just stop reading and nobody will really help them. So I began with this, creating this color coding, so every time, like each medication will have a color, and they can just go with a little card and just get their medications. So I will keep changing if, you know, there's any difference, any change in the medications, I will keep changing the colors. And then we created a calendar, so also with colors, you know, that will match the cards for each medication. So for example, that's a very successful story that we have with, I mean, few families, a lot of families really.
Yeah.
And
that's fantastic.
We have to be very creative to, you know, to help them, to find their ways. Community health workers, I think we are trusted.
Yes.
We came to the houses, we entered the homes, we access, again, I say it's not just the language, it's the culture. You know, every family is different, every people has different heads, so it's very important to understand that and be very tolerant to everybody.
And it is very inclusive. Stony Brook Hospital, Children's Hospital now is like, it's amazing. It's amazing what's being possible and what's happening in our community, and it takes initiative, and it takes, you know, just the passion, and it seems like you're all so passionate. And I know you love what you're doing, a program director, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us on a day-to-day basis, yes, how you're putting things together.
Yeah, so I do the training with the community health workers, and so we train them on site at the hospital. They meet with the different pediatricians and the different specialists, and we go through the different health topics with them. We train them in motivational interviewing, and so when the health workers go to the home, they're really focusing on helping the families stick to the recommended care plan that the doctor has put forth. And we do that in a variety of ways, helping them organize their child's medical information, helping them navigate community resources, really helping the family know what's out there, how they can get help, and how they can become self-sufficient, because that is ultimately the goal of our program.
helping that community build better trust between each other. That's fantastic. So Dr. Patty, I was asking you all about your background, and it takes a lot to become a doctor.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of years.
A lot of years of knowledge and know-how. How do you feel as being part of this team, being able to facilitate it in such a way?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is really, the program came out of our recognition, you know, that we see exactly what you described. People go home and they freak out. It's hard to remember exactly what to do, how to do it, and the nitty-gritty pieces, you're sort of just trying to figure it out on your own, and that's a very lonely feeling. And so the idea behind Keeping Families Healthy is to give you a helping hand to help you figure that out. So we've been running this program since 2011. We've done more than 6,000 visits with more than 950 families, and we know it works. So as a doctor, we set it up, you know, to evaluate it and check it out and see how it works. And we know it works in terms of reducing emergency room visits, in terms of improving vaccination rates, those kinds of things. And we know that the families who participate really enjoy it because we have them complete a survey, you know, when they finish the program. And they tell us that it works for them. And some of them, like when they have the second baby, come back and say, call us and say, can you come back and help us out? So we're really proud of the program, and we were really fortunate to win the 2017 Healthcare Delivery Award from the Academic Pediatric Association.
Congratulations
Thank
for that.
you.
That is a big win. How can our community get involved? Yeah, what can we do to make this program thrive?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, it's free. We don't bill insurance. We don't work with government agencies. Nobody, we're not sharing anybody's information.
What about like markers or paper or toys or supplies or anything like that? Any occupational therapy kind of tools? If somebody could sponsor that, would that be helpful to your program?
Yeah, so we've actually had donations from all kinds of groups. So we've gotten dental supplies, toothbrush, toothpaste, school supplies for sure. There is, we've gotten certainly gifts, at the holiday time that people want to do. But honestly, that holiday time, everybody's enthusiastic. It's the rest of the year where we end up, looking for additional supplies.
Like March. Let March be the new month for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Patty. Thank you, lovely ladies. I really appreciate you joining us, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We've been celebrating all the great things that are happening right here in our own community at Stony Brook. Thanks for watching.